Happy Sunday, friends, and this is a new edition of Paper or Plastic. And today I'm going to be talking about this McFarlane Page Puncher's Batman fight in the Frozen comic book and action figure. I love the Page Punchers. They come with not only the great original action figures, but a story to boot. And for those card collectors, a little trading card here with a little bit about this particular character on the back. We have Mr. Freeze is our antagonist in this, and so with the book, first I want to talk about is the cover. There were three action figures in this line. We have Batman, we have Batgirl, which I'll be doing a video on here soon, and we have Robin, which I should have bought when I had the opportunity, but I was like, well, I'll pick him up later, and I have not been able to find Fighting the Frozen Page Puncher's Robin. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get that soon. If you guys have anything, leave it down in the comments. Let me know where I can get a hold of my Batman Fighting the Frozen Robin. But each book does come with its own cover featuring the character that you purchase, though the story is the same with each book. And so, it's kind of a cool, like variant edition comic. I just do a little show and tell here with the Batgirl. I guess I'll be doing a paper or plastic video on her action figure and comic book as well in the future. But you see, original art for each one. It's a period piece with even more time travel. And the thing I like about the story is it's not in canon with anything, so it's a self-contained, though not a long story. It's you know it tells a lot of story, and then you actually get to know the character and empathize with the characters in a short time span. That's just great writing. And not only that, it doesn't waste a lot of time on supposition. It throws you into the story, but you don't feel like you're ever lost. So the writers did a great job on this. It is Ogra Mercer and Dollhouse who put this thing together, and I give them a good B+ on the story. But be honest with you, the book isn't why I bought it. It's part of why I bought it. The book is like the undercard of a wrestling show, but the main event is the plastic. So let's talk about this Batman. The first thing you'll notice is it has a very savage, barbaric, Conan-esque aesthetic, and in line with a lot of the other McFarlane figures, it is a very weighty figure, like a lot of the Spawn figures. It's heavy, has a lot of sharp, pointed edges. It's not something that you're gonna get for a kid to play with. A kid will definitely hurt themselves every time they go to play with this. This is for us adult collectors right here. And you see they have cool weapons that are, very stylistically, consistent with the character. We have a double-sided axe here. Looks like it's carved out of bone. And we have a kind of hatchet as well, carved out of bone. And you see, you have your edge right here, and it's tied with, all around here. I mean, it's all plastic, but they do a good job of representing the materials. And then you have this rugged, barbaric Batman signal on the chest, and the cowl, the signature cowl, and very cool cape. Fighting the Frozen, you gotta have the fur to protect from the snow, and the cape has a kind of texture. Pardon me, but the kind of texture that you would expect. It looks like something to be made out of a hide of an animal. as opposed to something synthetic and modern. And you take a look here at the boots, it's the same thing. We have fur. We have the same straps that are used to put together the weapons, represented here on the boot. Get a good look at that. You know, there was a great attention to detail paid. And even here we have a knee pad on the left side. And almost like kind of a loincloth type belt as well. Which is very cool. Even under the cape, you know, where you would think, okay, this isn't going to be shown. We don't need a lot of detail, but still, they put in the effort throughout this whole figure. They left, really nothing to chance per se. So now that we took an in-depth look at the figure, let's talk about my favorite part, and that is the articulation. I like to photograph my figures and pose them, and I leave them set up in different displays in my living room. So I love articulation. I love getting realistic motion out of them. So let's start at the top, the head. You're not getting a lot of movement from the cloak, and cape is really gonna hinder the movement a little bit as far as front and back, but you get good side to side motion there. You get a little rotation, and so the head isn't bad. And then as far as arms go, we have here, coming out from the chest, you see we have that cut I like. I often refer to it as a butterfly cut. I've heard somebody refer, I don't know if that's officially what it's called, but I like the way it sounds. But you have a little bit deeper cut into the torso, and then you have one piece here and another piece here, which is going to give you a lot of horizontal back and forth. Not as much as you usually get with that cut because of the very bulky nature of the chest build, but still, more than your standard figure. And you go down the arm, you have this arm wrestling motion right here between the shoulder and the bicep, back and forth. You have there are double joints on the elbow, which are nice. You have a gauntlet here and a gauntlet on both arms. Let's take a look at the hands. The hands are pretty standard. You have get this motion going here. And so that's the arm articulation. And I like that none of the accessories are hindering the movement so far. And so we go to the legs. We have the ball joint connected at the bottom of the torso, so you get a full range of motion from the hip. And then also, it's like if you look here too, I'm just noticing this loincloth is almost like it is his utility belt. We have a knife here, kind of a barbaric batarang. You have another bat symbol right here in the middle. It looks like some kind of spear tip, pointed edge weapon. A couple of them here, and a rope. Now the knees, we have double jointed knees. A little sticky there on the lower part of that double joint. I haven't really worked out a lot. It's hard to really work with them because with all these pointed edges and these sharp edges, the same thing with the gunslinger spawn. You can just hurt yourself real easy, and so it's hard to really get. You might want to apply some mild heat to it. Some people use warm water. I personally will set them next to my laptop while it's running, set them next to that fan, and I'll heat them up, and loosen them up just enough to where you can get those joints really worked out. But I haven't really done a lot of posing with this guy. And then we go to the feet. We have front and back, side to side a little bit. The feet, the one thing I did notice is that the side to side motion on the feet makes it very hard to stand up by itself without a stand. And so that's something, I mean, that's nitpicking. And then we have the toe actually moves up and down so you can, really get some dynamics going here and get him posed almost in a running motion up on that toe. Yeah. And so that's nice, that little toe flex is always fun. That's something that you see not very often from different companies. Mattel will do it on their Ultimates. I do not believe I've seen one on an AEW Jazzwares figure yet. I believe most of my McFarlane figures have them. But yeah, I definitely suggest getting this. I mean, a lot of people, I mean, this is one, like me, I buy to open and to pose and to have fun with. But if you are a mint in-box collector, if you can get it, the packaging is real slick. Like I said, it comes with, boom, boom. The packaging for all these look nice, but that's not me. I'm going to take them out. I'm going to let them breathe. I'm going to set them up behind me. Different displays around the house. So that is the Batman fight in the Frozen action figure. I would highly suggest getting one if you can find one. I found this actually in Walmart, of all places, months after the release. The first one I got was Batgirl, and that was on Amazon. And like I said, I have not seen Robin. I'll check again. But I've not been able to find Robin in this series. But I like to, like I said, with this Page Punchers, you get the comic book, the card, and the action figure. And they're coming out with more, Page Puncher figures. I've seen them for Spawn. I saw one that actually came with a 2 3-inch scale action figures for Gunslinger Spawn. And they do some cool stuff here. And I like the fact that not only do you get a wholly original figure with this, but a wholly original, self-contained, non-canon Batman story. So, yeah, if you find it, pick it up. Check Amazon. I'm sure eBay has some great options for you. And you might get lucky like myself and find it on the shelves. Anyway, this has been Paper or Plastic Batman Fight in the Frozen. I will catch you next time.